Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
Because then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
It's funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
You have a part you'd like to explore today?
Yeah. So I've always been, I think just due to the nature of just my childhood, I've always had to be very self-sufficient and independent, and just from a young age, just learn how to entertain myself, and kind of be in my own company. And as an adult, I live a life that's very much still like that. So, I work, I come home, I do my errands, I do the things I have to do, but I'm majorly solitary. I don't really have a lot of friends, and my best friends all live at a distance, different states. Not too much family that I keep in contact with. I'm a very solitary person, and lately there's been this part that's it really feels like it's holding all of that isolation.
Yeah.
And it's been in the back of my mind, and it's just holding all of it. That's the part I'd like to explore today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So when it's activated, where do you notice it in or around your body?
It feels definitely posterior head, in the back of my head. And it feels limited to my head. It doesn't feel like it's really anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah. Head and neck.
And does it have a message that it sends you, or any other kind of qualities that it shows up with?
I know definitely I know its presence is there, because it feels like at the back of my head with everything that I do. And it could be, I'm having a very productive day. I went to the gym, but at the back of my head, it's you're totally alone. And you have really no one in your life. And it's almost just reminding me they're steady, constantly.
Reminding you that you're alone.
Yeah. That I'm isolated and alone.
And how you feel towards this part?
It's kind of it's right, but it's painful to accept or admit.
Okay.
What its message is. Yeah.
Yeah. And Is that, do you feel like it's the part that's in pain or you, if that makes sense?
I feel like I'm in pain and the part's like in pain because it knows that like I'm in pain. Like, and it's just reminding me of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you think about getting to know it, are there any other parts that are jumping in and wanting to not get to know it, or
like I feel some dread, but it's not a particular part. I think it's me. But I feel a little bit of dread in getting to know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's explore that just real quick, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
What's the dread feel like? Where is that located?
The dread is at like the front of my body, like from my face down to like my abdomen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it concerned about with you getting to know this part?
I think it's just concerned with recognizing the truth that it's like I'm not, like I think we're social animals and I'm not as social or, I guess like I don't have that much connection in my life as much as I would like. It's like shame related. It's definitely shame related. And getting to talk to this part is almost like a scolding. Like it feels like it's like I'm being scolded.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you let that part know, the dread part, just let it know about your intentions here, and maybe about your excellent track record of working with other parts, and how we can we're just going to try to get to know it and help it out so that you don't have those negative feelings.
Okay. Okay. It's kind of like it's backed up more.
Great.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now towards this part that reminds you that you're alone?
I feel like I'm ready to talk to it.
Okay. So yeah, let it know you're curious and you're interested in getting to know it. Invite it to the conversation.
Okay.
And just see how it reacts. If it's up for that.
It feels like that part's like happy that it gets to speak. Yeah.
It's great. So what does it want to tell you?
It's like it's a part that wants to, it's like it knows that I have a lot of shame regarding like always being alone and just not giving myself opportunities to get out there and meet people and have friends. And it's almost like trying to remind me that I'm a normal person. Yeah. It's trying to like communicate that it's like you have nothing to be ashamed of.
And how do you feel receiving that message from it?
Like it makes me feel like emotional. Like it feels like a more motherly or older part than me. And so it makes me feel like a child, like, like I'm reverting a little bit, like I get a little bit emotional. Yeah.
Yeah. And that might be another part, the part that it's perhaps protecting is that child part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could ask it what it's afraid would happen if it didn't get your attention this way, in that reminding way.
Okay. Like it wants to remind me that it's okay to try to put myself out there. And it's also reassuring me that it's like, okay, but you're going to be okay. Like you're a normal human being, like trying to remind me of this task and also reassuring me of my fears around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were saying that often that's painful for you to hear.
Yeah.
And how about now when it gives you that message now?
Like it definitely leads me to believe that, uh, I've been aware of the fact that I like choose to sometimes isolate and that it's not in my favor because I feel shame about it. Um, it kind of just makes me like realize and have to accept that it's like I'm the one choosing to do this instead of being like, because it's growing up, it was like other people were generally unsafe. Like my family members were unsafe to talk to and communicate with, and so I had to do it out of no choice. But now as an adult, I do have a choice. And I'm still choosing the same coping mechanism I did as a kid, which is just stay alone. No one's going to hurt you that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like reminding me that it's like, this is a choice that I'm making to have a lifestyle like this.
Yeah.
And that's hard to be like, I'm the one doing this to myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
And is it aware of that kind of dynamic, that other part that has the shame or the, that childlike part that had to carry all of that?
Oh, is that part aware of that?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might help it kind of just see the constellation, the dynamic of it, the reminder, and then this younger part that sounds like it has some burdens, and then you,
Yeah.
the one talking to it.
Yeah. I think it's like a mutual learning that there's like another part that is feeling the shame and that it's not, me per se, or I think it's aware that there's a part of me, but I think that it's like we're mutually understanding like that there's like other like parts that are part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's that feel? Just that understanding that you have with this part.
Like it kind of it feels like we're definitely in agreement to some extent, that as an adult I get to choose differently and that I can put myself out there. I do, I am, there's nothing to be kind of ashamed of. Um, and that there's another part that we have to work with that holds those beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you could help that other part out that holds those beliefs, maybe this part wouldn't have to work so hard. What would it rather be doing instead inside of you?
Mm. It really is, it seems like a positive part, and like nurturing. Like it really wants to see me like just feel good about myself. It wants to take on a role of like motivator. Like it likes motivating me. Like a cheerleader is kind of like what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it would rather do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does it feel about you going to this other part, this younger part, and trying to help it out? Does it have concerns about you doing that work?
You know, it doesn't. It feels like it's a part that, like, again, it's feminine, it's motherly, it's very loving. Like, it really wants me to like spread love. Like, it wants, like, it's a very wholesome part. I would say almost like bordering like hippie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you know, everyone's, you know, the like everyone's generally good. You know, you're a good person, and so it doesn't have a problem with me going to that other part.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank it for doing its job and its intention in making you, yeah, and getting you to that place where you're enjoying the relationships.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And how do you feel about going to this other part now?
I'm curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this would be the part that kind of holds that shame.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's definitely a younger part. And immediately I just noticed that it's like it has a lot of negative beliefs about itself. Like it definitely, you know, and it makes sense given how I was raised and what I was raised up in. That it just feels like it's a burden to people. It's unwanted. It's not uh, cared for. It will bring people, you know, pain to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. You said it's a younger part. Can you see about how old it is?
Mm, I'm getting like 4 to 6, so maybe like 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And can you invite it to the conversation and ask it if it will
Yeah.
talk with you?
Hmm. It's like slowly coming to me, but at first it's like me. You want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you responding?
Like, of course I want to talk to you. You're the star of the show.
Hmm. Is that coming from a place of curiosity and compassion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to put on a show for me or for any.
Oh no 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 no! It was like almost like trying to make it humorous. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like you already understand or have some ideas about what its negative beliefs about itself are. Um, you might ask it how it feels, if it feels like you get it, if it feels like you understand its pain or its
Mhm.
situation.
Okay. It's a very deep pain, mostly held in the gut, and like I myself feel it. And when I ask it if I feel like it know, like I know it's pain, it's kind of like it doesn't think so because it's so deep.
Okay. Yeah, well, you could let it know that you feel that pain in the gut, and that you're connected that way.
Okay.
Maybe just ask what else it would like to show you or to let you see about it to help you understand it.
Okay. So I let it know about that, how I do feel its pain in my own gut. And it was more willing to, just come a little bit closer. And it started showing me just like memories of when I was about that age. And I would just like sit alone um, in like my room, and there were toys, like ample toys everywhere, but like no one around, like no one ever spending time with me, no one um I like my parents purposefully uh you know created like a room where I could just like be there all day,
Mm.
and so that they wouldn't have to manage me.
Yeah.
um and that's what it brings me back to.
And how do you feel seeing those memories? Are you okay with that?
It's painful, and it like it sucks that like I went through that, this part went through that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So just let it know that
Yeah.
you get that that sucks, and you're witnessing its pain.
Okay.
And if you're ready to just ask it what else, if there's more it would like to show you.
Okay. It's really almost like it's tired of being alone. Like this part just remembers, getting ready for school and, going downstairs and like 5 years old trying to like make toast, like totally being self sufficient, like putting on my shoes, waiting by the door for a parent to come take me to school. Like, I woke up on my own. Like everything was just totally alone all the time. And it was like it's just exhausted from being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just like waiting around for like an adult to show up, or like somebody who like loves her to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you being with her now?
Like I feel her pain,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Yeah. Like it brings tears to my eyes
Mm-hmm.
just remembering those moments.
Um, and how about like proximity? Does she feel close to you?
Oh yeah. 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 She's right in front of me. Yeah.
Um, does she see you for who you are in this current age?
She sees me, yeah, as an adult. Yeah.
And how does she feel about the idea of coming with you?
She she's like asking if there's any way to take away her pain. And, I'm trying to invite her. But she's like, will that take away my pain? Like she's really like deep in it, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can try.
Yeah.
Is there anything that she would like for you to do for her back in her time.
Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, like when she's alone in the room, would she like to see how you might do something about that?
She actually brings me to like the moments where she's like making toast and she's like all she wants me to do is like make it for her and hand it to her.
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like even then that helps her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Anybody she wants you to talk to, or?
Like I think this part realizes that, like my parents are just like who they are, like they're not gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
But like she just really wants to be just acknowledged. Just acknowledge that, I'm here and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something as small as like me being by her, putting on my own shoes while she puts on her shoes is enough to make her feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let her know that's something you can keep doing for her.
Yeah. Okay.
And see what she thinks about coming with you to be with you in the present moment, or in a fantasy place, or
Yeah. Okay.
leaving that time.
I think yeah, she feels better going with me than staying in that time.
Great.
Yeah.
Where would she like to go? She can go anywhere.
She just wants to like come with me
Mm-hmm.
on like a normal day where it's like, let's go to the grocery store and ride the shopping carts and go pick food. Like she just wants a normal day as
Love
like
it.
a 5-year-old that gets to spend time with an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The grocery can be very fun.
Yeah. It's like by riding in the front seat of the car. Like it's just the most basic things. And like she's not asking for a lot at all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. So yeah, just let her know that she can come with you, and that um, she can stay with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like going through a normal day in my life and I'm just kind of like bringing her along for the ride.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just tell her that she doesn't have to go back there.
She feels better and like that feeling in her gut. It's like it's risen a little bit higher in her body. So that
Mm-hmm.
tells me it's kind of loosening.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see if she's ready to further unload those feelings.
Okay.
Just ask her where or how she would like to give them up. To light, wind, fire, water, any way she would like to let go of those feelings.
I think in the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can help her set that up and do it until it's all out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I just pictured some like little like origami or little like paper formations, like something. And then it just kind of releasing it with her in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels clearer for sure.
Yeah, well, she was asking if any of this would help take away her pain.
Mm.
Does she have any other burdens or pain she'd like to cast off in the wind, or any other way?
I think she has a little bit left in her gut that she wants to try by fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get it all out.
Yeah. It's better. Yeah, it's gone.
Are there any qualities she would like to invite into her body?
Hmm. It just wants to feel like what like love feels like, what yeah, like those positive feelings, generally positive, and it's it definitely feels like it's because when you're by yourself, you only feel like whatever's within you, right? There's nobody to like bounce it back to you for you to
Right.
feel from anybody else. And so you're kind of like at a wall the whole time, really. Like you're not, you know. So she doesn't have a very wide range of what positive emotions feel like.
Mm-hmm. But she likes being with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can ask her if she has ideas about how to kind of keep that connection up with you. If there's ways that she'd like for you to check in with her, or
Mm,
just anything that you can do for her.
okay. Like she wants to like whenever I'm alone, I still like and it is run through her really. I like it just feels kind of boring or like I'm used to it. And she wants to see that I'm able to like feel positivity like sustained and kind of change the way I feel when I'm alone
Mm-hmm.
almost. Like just feeling generally happier, producing happier um feelings.
Mm-hmm. And is that something that she could collaborate with you on? I mean, could you be with her when you're alone? Could you um, find something that would delight her, or a way of being with her?
Mm. She wants to like go out and experience more things.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like different meetups that I've been kind of thinking about to try to get myself out there. But the shame of this exile was really holding me back.
Yeah.
And she just wants to have us prioritize going to those things. Like she wants to experience just going out and regardless of the outcome, just getting out of the house, getting out of the room, getting out of my normal routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that you might also try connecting with her just in those times when you're at the grocery. In those times where you're not necessarily pushing yourself to go to the meetup, but
Mm.
just see, just it's just an idea. Just try something you could ask her if that works for her. Just ways of connecting with her internally.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I think little things like that, like little everyday routines where I kind of like channel her and maybe
Yes.
let her pick an item, or
Yes.
maybe I'm pumping gas and I go inside and get gum or something like that.
Uh-huh.
She would feel thought of.
Yeah, that's great. Another way to connect is to think of a place maybe on your own body that you physically touch, to channel her, to just let her know that a place that you two kind of agree on, that she could kind of feel your touch.
Yeah, it's definitely like the abdomen,
Mm-hmm.
kind of where it all started. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a part there too.
Yeah, she's feeling pretty good.
It's awesome. Is there anything else you want to ask her or set up with her?
I'm trying to just get a quick update on her beliefs about herself. Because I walked into her just believing that she was like, unwanted and a burden and all that.
Yeah, good call.
They're still there minimally, like they're more distant from her. So hopefully through experience uh, with me on a daily, hopefully that goes away.
Yeah, I really like that idea of kind of not looking at this as just a one shot or a one issue thing, where it's like a part might have several separate burdens, and
Yeah.
really understanding each of them and
Yeah.
helping out with each of them.
Yeah. So I just reassured her that I would, uphold what we discussed, and that those feelings about herself are something that over time they'll change, and she was okay with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And would it be good now to bring in maybe some of those protectors and let them see the work that you've done and how this part's doing?
Yeah.
Maybe that motherly part that kept reminding you, or even the dread part, the part that thought this would be just a big scolding session.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody feels like it feels wholesome, like everybody's happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can invite them also to either participate in the ritual. If the fire's still going, they might have something they'd like to give up, um, or or other roles they would like.
Mm. Like the motherly one wants to, like, yeah, it keeps wanting to to like help the little one dispose of these like negative thoughts about itself to the fire. Like,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
And the dread part.
The dread part, it feels more like distant. It's not mad or anything, just like unknown to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little harder to sense it. Yeah.
Any other parts have any other concerns or questions or anything up for anybody else?
No, I think this worked out pretty well. I wanted I don't think the mother part, perhaps I'm trying to ask if she wants a ritual of her own, or
Yeah.
a kind of like her own acknowledgement in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wants me to say like awesome things about myself to myself. Yeah, like positive affirmations. She's like all about it.
It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Parts.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me, or how'd we do?
I think that was awesome. And I think the questions that you asked were extremely helpful. A lot of really good, like kind of like thought provoking ones. Like I noticed some changes, or some like, some just a lot of other thought instilling questions. So it's super cool.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. It's cool to notice like your growth as you go through all this too.
Yeah, I think so too. It's really wonderful. Just doing a lot of it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And especially at the end, like kind of bringing it all together. Yeah, no, it was great. It was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I come out of this a changed woman every time.
Yeah, I do too. It's like every time. It's like, okay, this always is good.
That's awesome. Let me know if you need anything from. I still have to schedule my next session. I think I have one scheduled, but I have to check again. But if you need anything from me as far as like the invitees, the people that you're inviting on, if you need like a test person for them or anything, let me know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll just I'll book in advance so I could like reserve that time to talk to them if they know when they're going to be on with you.
Yes. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas around that I'll share with you. First and foremost, I'll share with you.
Yay. Yeah. Let me know if there's anything I could do.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Have a good night. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.